So what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, I guess at the end of the day, you missed a congregational vote and a pretty exciting vote at that. At the conclusion of the service today, um, Jubilee United Church voted unanimously to go forward with a merger amalgamation with St. John's United Church. And as it turns out, about the same time, St. John's voted overwhelmingly to merge with us. And so, as of July 1st, the folks of St. John's United Church will be members of Jubilee United Church, and we will imagine and live out a ministry together, which is really, really very exciting. And when I say the move forward was overwhelming from both communities. It truly, truly was. And so we're very excited about that. So that's what you missed at the end of the day. However, earlier in the day, you you missed one of the stories of the resurrected Christ, the road to Emmaus. Cleopas and the other disciples who are leaving Jerusalem and heading towards Emmaus. They are miles out of Jerusalem walking, and Jesus walks with them, but they don't know that it's Jesus. And he quizzes them about what's going on. What are they talking about? And they can't believe that he doesn't know what happened in Jerusalem, the story of Jesus and his crucifixion. And in fact, they've heard that he is risen. And Jesus seems mystified by this. There's an element of humor to this, as Jesus then takes them through the scriptures and interprets for them the way that they can understand that the Messiah has to die, to come to life, that in fact he is the one who fulfills the law, the scripture, the traditions. And in his death and resurrection, this becomes evident. And so he shares this with them, and they are moved. But more than that, it's getting late, and it's time for them to take shelter. And so they invite the stranger to stay with them. Jesus was going to head on without them. They said, no, come and stay with us. And Jesus comes to stay with them, and they share a meal. And in the breaking of the bread, suddenly they recognize the one they are with. They recognize Jesus, the Christ, the risen Christ. And in that moment, he is gone. So we shared that story, and we wondered together what it could mean, why Luke tells us that story, and why he tells it that way. And we wondered if perhaps what we're being told is not so much doctrine or dogma or historic fact, but an invitation into engagement with God. You want to experience God, you want to meet the risen Christ, then dare to talk about the scriptures. Bring your questions and your wonder and interpret the scriptures. Take the stories of our tradition that are thousands of years old and imagine what they might mean to you today, here and now. Do that, and do it fearlessly. And welcome the stranger. Welcome the stranger. Bring them into your home, into your community. Offer them true hospitality. And bring them not only into your home, but to your table. Share with people what you have. Feed the hungry. And in that, your eyes will be opened, like the travelers to Emmaus. Your eyes will be opened, and you will recognize God's presence all around. You will recognize the risen Christ in your midst. And don't be afraid if the moment passes, because the moment can come again. Every time that we dare to engage in our faith and welcome the stranger and share what we have, we are inviting the risen Christ. We are opening our eyes a little brighter, and we are experiencing God's presence. That's what we discovered together in Luke's gospel, in the story of the travelers on the road to Emmaus, but you may discover something entirely new, and that's wonderful. So I hope that you consider the story and wonder how it is that you can engage with the divine, how you experience God or the risen Christ. And I hope that you'll join us soon and you'll give us your insights so that as fellow travelers we can learn together. That's what you missed at Jubilee, and I hope that we don't miss you much longer because it would be great to see you. Till we do see you, God bless.